Paul, let's start this way. It's really been an amazing journey for you the past, 9 years. Amazing, but also painful. And I wonder, looking back on it now, was there ever a time when you said to yourself, I should have just stayed Paul Fronzcak and forget this whole thing about being someone else?
George, thanks to you, we started this journey in 2012. It's been 9 really heartbreaking, exciting years. And I have no regrets at all. There's been times where it's been really, like beyond dark, but never once did I say I should have never started this. Because, it's once you know that something isn't true, you just can't continue with that lie, because living a lie isn't living at all. And so you have to keep digging.
I remember how much you struggled with it. I mean, you wanted to know. You got the DNA test that changed your life, flipped everything upside down, but you really struggled with how to approach your parents. And I recall exactly what it was like when you first broke the news to them. You composed this beautiful letter and explained why you were doing it and how they reacted. They were hurt. They were upset. They didn't get it, right?
Yeah, they didn't talk to me for over a year, almost 2 years. And I couldn't understand. One thing I've learned on this journey is that the reaction that you think you're going to get from people, it's never what you expect. And the things that might make sense to you are completely off the charts for somebody else. And so I thought my parents would be excited that I wanted to help find their real child. And they took it as I wanted to find new parents. I wasn't happy with them. And that couldn't be farther from the truth.
Can you describe how that part of your quest evolved, your mom and dad? I mean, how they adjusted or didn't adjust, the evolution of how the Fronzcaks, not only your mom and dad, but others, have digested the various twists and turns and developments?
I think we've gone through every level of emotion as a family, from not speaking at all to maybe speaking too much. It's like my mom and I have a great relationship now, and I am so thankful for that. I'm just sorry that it couldn't have happened like that from the beginning. We could have worked, we could have done this journey together.
How did it end with your dad? What was the status when he passed away?
Yeah, unfortunately, my dad passed away in 2017, and we weren't really talking about the story at all. Or, in his eyes, I was Paul, I was his son, and that was it. There's no need to talk about anything else.
You told him all the way along that you still loved them, that it wasn't about them. It was, more about you finding out some answers, but you still viewed them as your family, as your only family.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought that they saved my life in more ways than anyone can ever imagine. And I thought the greatest gift I could give them would be to find their real child, to help repay them for giving me the life they gave me.
You're dropped off on a street corner by somebody in another family, in your birth family, that wanted to get you out of harm's way. I'm sure you've thought about, envisioned what it would have been like if you had not been taken out of that environment. You might not be here.
Yeah, it's like that movie Sliding Doors, right? That one little thing that changes in your life changes the whole path for the rest of your life. I can't imagine any other scenario except growing up with the Fronzcaks.
You and the journey, of course, you describe it in your book, right? About how it takes you to, you get some answers about the birth family and what the circumstances were there. And it's like a dark soap opera, the things you uncovered. I don't know how far you want to go in this conversation to talk about it, but there's a lot of questions that were answered, sort of, and a lot of other ones that are still not answered, right?
Yeah, I think I want the viewers to actually go on the journey by themselves to see the movie, and then make up their own mind about what really makes family. And is it really nature versus nurture, or what makes us us? And all just there's so many twists and turns that if it wasn't my life and I saw this in a movie, I wouldn't believe it was real.
Well, you have the book, and now it's going to be a film. Tell us about the film, what's in it, what isn't, about the team that's developed it, and how you feel about how it's turned out.
Okay, so I got fortunate. I was able to work with Raw Productions and then CNN Films, and they liked my book, my story, and they thought that it was worth telling to a larger audience. Making the film, it's been very therapeutic for me. It's one thing to live a life like that, but then to actually re-experience it again, but from a different perspective. I think, you know what, everyone in my situation should make a movie and write a book. I think it would be just, it's really good. It's just mind-boggling what it can do for you.
Well, it's an astonishing story. I mean, it almost seems like something you'd have to make up. It couldn't possibly be true, but it is true. All the twists and turns that it takes, right?
Yeah, it really is. I encourage anyone that has any question of their or doubt about their own identity to start digging. Start their own journey. I've learned that the truth can be devastating, and you're not always going to find a fairy tale. Sometimes you're going to find a monster, but at least it's a real monster and it's something that you can live with.
When does the film debut?
It's going to debut this Sunday, the 26th on CNN, 9 p.m. Eastern. So, check your time zones accordingly, but I want everyone to take the journey and, let me know what you think.
How many times have you seen it?
I've seen it 3 times.
Were you able to have a lot of input into edits and the storyline, things of that sort?
It was a really cool process working with Ursula McFarlane. She's a brilliant director, and she really got into my head. And so we got to reenact a lot of things that I went through. And so it wasn't really about the input. It was about making it for a big screen, I guess.
Well, she's experienced at that. This is the same team that's made, I want to say, similar stories, because there's no story similar to yours, but they've made some intriguing examinations of who we are as people and where we come from, right? With other films they've done.
They have. It's all about the human psyche, human families, love, identities. I mean, pretty much in life, all we really have is our identity and our word. And if those two aren't real or aren't true, what do you really have?
So the film sort of helps you look at this as almost like a bystander, that it's not about you. You're able to look at it from a different out of body kind of experience. Tell me about the process of making it. Did that film team help you document some things that you didn't know about, or help you track down things that you didn't know?
They did. There's a lot of things in this film that are the firsthand knowledge to me, and it's an amazing journey. That's all I can say. It's a roller coaster of just beautiful moments and really sad, twisted things that you would never imagine.
And what are your hopes for the film? What do you hope it achieves?
Honestly, George, I hope that it can help someone else start their journey to find out who they really are. And if I can do that, then I feel I've done my job.
I saw the trailer. It's terrific.
Well,
it must be weird to see yourself in a trailer like that.
It is. It really is. I just hope that people like it.
So it airs Sunday, and then where does it go from there?
From what I understand, it's going to stay on CNN for a while. It's going to go to their streaming platform, and then from there, I have no idea. It was supposed to be a theatrical release, but with the COVID virus going around, theaters not really opening up, it wasn't really an option.
Is there a follow-up? And I ask it in this sense, both for the book and a movie, because there are so many different fingers of this mystery that you can't pack it all into one film or one book. So are you working on something else?
Actually, yes, there's a second book. It's a follow-up to the first book. It's called True Identity, and it's going to be out around December 7th. It kind of picks up where the first journey ended. So if you like the story, take that journey again. Hop on that train.
Final question. Your life has completely turned upside down since that journey began. I mean, not only the difficulty with your parents, your brother, the Fronzcaks, your marriage, your jobs. I mean, it's completely twisted your life, but you're in a good place, right?
I like how you say jobs. George, I'm in the best place I think anyone could hope to be. It's every day's a new adventure, and I'm just happy to be here.
All right, Paul, thank you. We look forward to seeing the film.
George, thank you so much. Great to see you.
Talk to you.